Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone, my name is Robin J. Emden and I am the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. So, if you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome Tom Jackobs. Now, Tom is a storytelling and sales strategist who helps service-based entrepreneurs sell more by connecting more. After going broke within 6 months of buying his first fitness studio, Tom discovered the power of selling with heart and the magic of personal storytelling. He went on to grow that business 5-fold, then spent years flying around the world, literally, teaching others how to do the same. Now, based in Taipei, Tom trains business owners to craft compelling stories that build trust, spark connection, and boost conversions without ever feeling pushy or fake. Tom, welcome to Goalbusters.
Well, thanks for having me, Robin. It's good to be here.
You're very welcome. And we've already established that you're in Taiwan. What time of day is it for you there?
It is 8 o'clock, so we're 12 hours ahead of Eastern Time, U.S.
Oh, fantastic. And I think we've established you're about 7 hours ahead of us. We're on British summertime here in, it is now sunny South Devon. And of course, you can tell that I'm British because commenting on the weather is obviously a British thing. So
exactly.
I'll shut up, shall I? Shall we do the questions?
Well, let's do it.
All right, I'll get the clock up on the screen and we'll make a start. And there it goes. Tom, could you please tell us more about who is your ideal client?
Yeah, I mean, in your introduction, you said service-based entrepreneurs, and that is absolutely true. However, I go a little bit more niche down into that, and really work with health and wellness practitioners. So chiropractors, functional medicine doctors, cash pay medical practices as well, and help them sell their services because they need to do that because they work outside of insurance, and help them really maximize the leads that they're already getting into their business. But that's who I love to work with. I came out of the health and wellness industry, and so I love working with those practitioners. And myself included, I needed the help drastically, and so I'm happy to kind of return that favor to them as well.
Yes, of course. We always teach what we've learned for firsthand much more effectively, don't we? So what exactly then is the? I always think the question is phrased on what is the problem you solve? If only it was one problem. What are the problems you solve?
The main problem is, so a lot of cash pay practices and health and wellness practitioners, like I said, they work outside of insurance, so they have to do their own marketing. And so they do their own marketing. I do none of that. I don't do lead generation. But once they get those leads, that's where I step in. And many times, and I had the same problem in my my fitness studio, is once those leads came in, what do you do with them? So generally, you have some automation set up, send some emails, send some texts, hope that they respond and book an appointment. But what if they don't? Does anybody actually pick up the phone and call those leads? And generally, nobody does. So I have a service for appointment setting. So we solve that problem. If they don't have the staff or the staff doesn't have the capabilities to call and book leads, then I have a staff, and we also use some AI tools as well to do the booking of appointments. So we get that done. Now they have the appointment sitting in front of them. They have a great hot prospect ready to buy, but they don't know how to sell. They feel pushy, feel salesy. They feel like they're begging somebody to buy their program. And so I work with them on a methodology that I created over the last 20 years of trial and error. And I call it selling with heart. And it's all about making that connection, not trying to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do, but getting them to realize that they need to make a change in their life for the better. And so that's what, selling with heart is. And those are the two main problems that I solve, and I see a lot. And it's, quite frankly, Robin, it's not just the health and wellness industry that struggles with connecting with leads and selling those leads into their programs. But
yeah, absolutely. It's multi-purpose. It goes across everything, doesn't it? And also, it's music to my ears. I love working with people like you. It's what I call the natural selling area of the marketplace, because good sales doesn't need to be pushy. It just needs to come from the heart, and you encapsulate that in what you're saying. I love that. So what is one valuable free action, Tom, that the audience can implement that will help them to solve these problems?
So number one is, so many people sell the thing, and that thing is whatever their program is. For me, when I was doing health and wellness, or I was doing personal training and nutrition, I was selling the workouts. And how many people in the world love to work out? Not too many. So it was a struggle. I was selling the workout. So when I say don't sell the thing, don't sell the thing that you are doing. Nobody really cares about what you do. They care about the result that what you do gets them. They care about themselves. So when you flip that around, and now you focus on, how can I help this person realize that they have a problem that's big enough for them to solve, and to solve with my program? Now we're making a sale, and we're asking them really good questions to help them realize that they need to work with you, and need to work with you now.
Yeah. And the more you say, the more I respect the fact that everything that you're saying, it makes absolute perfect sense. It's really interesting to hear it coming from someone with so much experience as well. So now we have a much better understanding of what you do, Tom. Let's dive quickly into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve your general business goals. So could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
I'm the last person in the world to ask for productivity advice. However, I have some hacks that I've implemented. I actually have this new program. It's called Motion, Motion.ai. But basically, it's an AI tool, task management tool, that figures out what tasks are the most important for you and when you are best able to attack those tasks, and then just gives you the task list for the day. So I used to just write down, what do I need to work on today? And that was okay. But now I just follow what the AI is telling me. And one, I get a lot more done because I'm more productive at the times that it knows I'm productive to do that type of task. So that's actually the little hack that I use. I use AI to help me.
Yeah, and despite all the bad press that you read about AI, as I often say to my son, who's very anti it and very worried about it, I say, look, we can't uninvent it, we don't control it, but we can use it. And you've described there a very useful application. I completely see where that's coming from and how valuable that is. So thank you. That's actually a really good productivity hack, which I really respect. All right. So finally, what is one question that I didn't ask you today, Tom, that I should have done? And your answer, please.
How does storytelling come into sales? So that's the other piece. So I do storytelling when it comes to sales. And really, the story is so important in sales, whether it's your own personal story or it's a story of somebody that you've helped, because we relate better to stories than we do to facts and figures. I'm sure everybody's been to those lectures where the professors writing on a chalkboard and it just goes over your head, in one ear, out the other. But when they wrap that, whatever they're talking about, the theorem or whatever they're teaching, in a story, and when you wrap your sales into a story, now that prospect is relating a lot better to you and a lot better to the result that they want to actually achieve by working with you. So
yes,
incorporate those stories in with your sales.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you did actually pick up on the fact that I hadn't asked you that, and yet that is exactly what you're all about. I think that's really important that we got that covered, and absolutely, the power of storytelling in marketing. I don't think there is a more powerful tool. In fact, I'm certain of it. All right. So thank you. We are out of time for the questions, but I have one more question I always ask at this point, which is how can people reach you? And also part B of that question is there like a valuable free resource they could get from you, which is I think it's a really good way of getting to get a flavor of what you do and connecting with you so that people can find out more.
Yeah, absolutely. So I play usually on YouTube and Instagram. Those are kind of my social media platforms of choice. So YouTube is just my name, Tom Jackobs, TomJackobs. So we slip an extra letter in there for everybody. And then on Instagram, it's Impact Pilot. All one word, and that's my handle there. So I put up lots of reels, and you can send me a DM. I have an AI that does respond to DMs and gets rid of the crazies for me, but I do respond to serious inquiries on there. And then also just going to my website, tomjacobs.com as well. Lots of free resources on there and tools that people can look at and learn more about selling with heart, scripting with heart, and speaking with heart as well.
Absolutely.
And then the free resources that are the one free resource I think everybody needs, especially in the health and wellness industry, is a script training program that I have. So it's a quick video course, but it goes through the only 4 questions that you need to ask to get a prospect to buy. And that's at go.tomjacobs.com/script-training.
All right. Okay. Talk about saving the best till last. That sounds brilliant. Thank you. That's a very generous free resource. Thank you so much. Before we go, I just want to ask you, is that your book behind you there? Or is that just a poster? I can't quite make it out.
Yes.
It's a book. Please tell us, how can we get your book?
So Selling with Heart. And heart is an acronym. So you have to type it out, H.E.A.R.T. It's available on Amazon and also on Audible.
Perfect. And you've been a gentleman. You didn't mention it. I didn't even realize you had a book, but I did, and I want to know. And if there's a book, I'm there in an instant. Thank you so much. Tom Jackobs, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for agreeing to do the podcast with us today. I completely understand where you're coming from and the value of it in marketing terms and in changing. And also, you point out it's not about what you do, but it's about why you're doing it. And that's, you tell your story because it's changing people's lives.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Robin, for having me on the show. I really enjoyed it. I love this format. It's quick and dirty. Love it.
Quick and dirty. Yeah, quick and dirty. Oh, yes, I can use that in my marketing, can't I? Yeah. Thank you so much, Tom Jackobs. It's been a pleasure. And remember, keep goal busting, make your future self proud. And bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.